The coffee went cold again. Henry noticed it the way he noticed most things now, late and without caring enough to fix it. He sat at the wooden table he'd built himself, in the house he'd built himself, on the mountain he'd chosen himself. The mug left a ring on the grain. He watched it spread. Outside, the pines moved. They always moved. The silence here wasn't peaceful. It had texture, weight. It pressed against his eardrums like water at depth. He'd left the firm at 34, senior partner track, the kind of salary that made other men's wives go quiet at dinner parties. He told people he wanted solitude, meaning, real meaning, not the performance of it. He said this clearly, in his resignation letter, in the 3 interviews he gave, in the speech he rehearsed in the car on the way to his last day. He believed it then. He almost believes it now. But here is what he did instead of changing. He built a routine. Then he protected it. 5 a.m., water, fire, coffee, walk the ridge, return, read until noon. He began avoiding the trail that went east because once, on that trail, he'd had a thought that frightened him, that escaping success had only relocated his ambition, not dissolved it. He never took that trail again. He stopped reading certain books. He began spending more hours splitting wood than was necessary for warmth. Dark philosophy looked good from the outside. Lived from inside, it mostly looked like a man finding quieter ways to stay still. He almost left once. A woman came through in late October, photographer, equipment cases, and a tired laugh. They ate together twice. On the 3rd night, she said, "You're not living here, you're hiding here." And she said it gently, which was worse. He stood at the door after she drove away. The headlights made long shapes in the trees. His hand stayed on the frame. His feet stayed on the step. Choosing silence that night wasn't peace. It was the same reflex, wearing different clothes. The headlights disappeared. He went back inside. 7 years later, Henry is 51. His beard is longer. The routine is identical. One morning, he finds an old laptop in a box under the bed, and on it, a folder of photographs someone else took of him at 33. At a conference, laughing, mid-sentence, hand raised, completely alive in a way that looked accidental. He closes the laptop. He puts it back in the box. He pushes the box back under the bed with his foot. The coffee on the table goes cold. He doesn't get up. The man who walked away from everything is still sitting in the same chair he always sat in. The mountains were just better furniture.